What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Tim Reviews Everything. Guys, if you're not a subscriber, if you could do that, hit the notification bell, leave comments, and give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the support on the channel. Guys, if you are just here for the warehouse videos, I do review a lot of different products on my channel, so if you guys want to navigate the videos, I'd appreciate it. But guys, number 4 for selection tips. Let's get right to it. So the first thing I want to talk about, guys, is if you have the Vocalec system, one of the commands on there is how much more. I do ask how much more periodically throughout my order. It's just good to know, how many more cases you got coming. Once I hit around 20 cases, it's throw and go time, because I'd say 9 times out of 10, you're ending your order with smaller cases. So I throw and go. When I hit 20 cases or less, I see people place their cases all the way to the end. If you want to save time and, once you hit 20 cases, just start throwing them. All right, just start throwing them up on that pallet. Not crazy, but just you should not be. The thought process should not be there trying to make it look pretty when you're up this high. It should just be topping it off. And if you got 2 pallets that are the same, you could even up that to around 30 cases. Just because you got 2 pallets of the same store, just use both of those pallets around 30 cases or less, and just start throwing them up there. Make them look as presentable as possible, but the whole purpose is at the end of your order is just to gain some time. My second tip, guys, if your pallets do not look similar when you're selecting, then there's a problem. So if I have apples that end at the strawberries, and then my next order, different store, I have apples that end at the strawberries, you should be able to put those 2 pallets side by side, and they should look pretty identical. Go with what works. Like in this picture right here, when I get like 6 or 8 bananas, I don't like stacking stuff on bananas because the middle of the banana box dips. Plus, you would preferably not want to put a lot of weight on your bananas. So in this picture here, I got 8 bananas stacked up, and I got 3 potatoes. 3 potatoes equal 2 bananas. Once you find something that works, stick with it. Too many people just throw wherever. They just throw to throw. You got to learn a system. If something works, remember it. So next order, you're doing that same thing. So if this works for me, why would I do it any differently when I get a like order like this? Because like I said, guys, 90% of your orders is all the same products. So your pallets should be looking identical. The next thing I want to talk about, this right here. This happens a lot. You get these pallets that have like the front of the board's missing a piece. Sometimes our whole entire stack has pallets that look like this. 2 things. One, you want to face this towards your jack. You do not want to have this facing towards the back, because if it does lean, it's going to fall. Face it towards your jack. So if you have a 2 pallet order and they're both broken, face both of them towards your jack so they have something to lean on. And in this picture here, this is what people do. They'll start behind the broken board. Well, I told you it is really crucial to start your base out front, that perimeter of that pallet. So you do not want to start behind that broken board. You need to overlap that space with your case. Do not do it this way. Okay, so people that do, I talked about before in that previous video about hanging cases off the side of the pallet. Well, the more case that's hanging off the pallet, the worse it's going to be. So you don't want to do it this way. Whenever you have a broken board, you want to do it this way. All right, see how much there's just a little piece of that case now that's in that gap. And then, you get another case and you put it beside it and do the same thing. Fill that gap in with less case hanging off the pallet. The other way, there was more case hanging off the pallet. I hope that makes sense, but that's another tip for you guys. And the last thing I want to talk about, and this is sort of a pet peeve of mine. This started happening about 2 years ago at our work. This is probably what 60% of our jacks look like at our work. I don't know what is up with you cardboard gurus out there, but I truly believe that it's a waste of time and it actually makes your pallets worse than better. Why? For one, you can't see your corners. Okay, you're stacking, and the cardboard slip sheet sometimes is bigger than the layer that you just stacked. And I told you how important it is to have the straight corners. Guys, when you have this going on. You have a case here, ending here, and then on the next layer it's here, then it's here, then it's here. You can't see your corners, you can't see the row below it. And I've seen some hideous pallets with cardboard slip sheets on every single layer. I've seen people leave their jack and go search for cardboard just to stick on their thing. Learn how to build without cardboard, in my opinion. Probably gonna get some hate on this. I know there's a lot of cardboard people out there, but I think it's a waste of time. The corner is one reason why I don't like it. The other reason why I don't like it is if you have an unlevel layer, I can level that. I can get that layer level again with different cases. But if you have cardboard on there and you have an uneven layer, your whole entire pallet's going to be uneven forever. You're never going to level that off again because the cardboard's creating gaps. And this is another one here, guys. This is a little over exaggerated to an extent because I've actually seen gaps this big. But people get gaps and then they stack heavy cases in that gap. I just propped this up just to show you guys what I'm talking about. But now you're going to get that cardboard start to sag, and your pallet's just going to be a big wave. I just don't get the fascination behind the cardboard. If you have a flat surface, I could see doing it. If you really feel like you need to. Like when at our warehouse, we have eggs that have gaps in them. So putting the cardboard slip sheet on top of the eggs might make your pallet more sturdier. Me personally, I've probably used one slip sheet in the last 2 years. I don't know. I just don't know, guys. I think the cardboard does more harm than good. I might get some backlash on this one, but just my opinion. I think it's a waste of time. And before I leave, guys, I just want to show you this pallet here. This is my pallet from the other day. And as you can see, it looks like a great pallet, right? Well, I had a lot of smaller cases on this pallet. And whenever I would move with my jack, I had a jack that was a little jerky, and I had to stop and wrap. But like I said, guys, you don't have to wrap the whole pallet. Just stop, wrap the middle of the pallet, and go. So that's my last tip for today. Just remember, stop and wrap. It takes a couple seconds. It's better than picking up your pallet off the ground. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys are still enjoying these videos. I will, like I said, have more of these videos coming out. And if you're not a subscriber, if you could do that, I appreciate it. Have a good one, guys.